According to a February 14 data released today by the International Labour Organization ILO, Save the Children and UNICEF, no fewer than 1.4 billion children around the world, especially those in third world countries, lack access to basic needs of life due to the unavailability of these needs. These children, most of whom are from Africa and resident in rural communities, become vulnerable, with many being recruited by criminals. To address some of these challenges, the 2024 International Day of African Child this year is focusing on how children can have access to quality education. Yusuf Akogu tells us more.
The International Day of the African Child, also known as the Day of the African Child, is celebrated on June 16 every year in honor of those who participated in the Soweto Uprising in 1976. This year's celebration with the theme Education for All African Children. The time is now resonate with Nigeria due to the continued increase in the number of out-of-school children across the country. Civil society organizations say with proper legislations concerning education, the number of out-of-school children will be drastically reduced.
We believe that there is gap in early education in Nigeria. If you look at it, apart from primary school, other educational levels are completely privatized in Nigeria. And that is even the call at the level of African Union. How do we have a framework that incorporates even younger people before they get into primary? Because it's the responsibility of government to educate its people. And therefore, education is a fundamental right. And this is why this day is very important.
For teachers, the importance of education cannot be overemphasized, as they called on parents to make the education of their wards a top priority.
A child will not just be born to come to the world and decide not to go to school. I think that the major challenges we have, it's maybe coming from the parents who don't have, and then they just decide the children should just stay at home, help them go to farm, help them in their businesses and all that.
Children, however, say the day is a reminder that education for all African children is a necessity.
We need to be educated, and honestly, I don't really like the fact that other children are not in school. This program is actually a good example, showing us that education is not only for the modern ones, but showing us that education is for everyone in total.
Government at all levels were admonished to ensure that basic education, that is the right of every child, gets proper funding as provided by law.
Let me use this opportunity to call on all stakeholders to consider education as a necessity. A collective input to continue building an Africa we will be proud of.
In Section 2, the aspirations and prescriptions of Chapter 2 of the Nigerian Constitution is so that the primary basic education is compulsory and free, and therefore at the national level they have all these unity schools and other, but education is in concurrence list, and state and local government have primary jurisdiction. But for intervention's sake, the federal government has also created the UBEC, UBEM, and all these suburb and what have you. But you see, this is a laudable decision and policy of government, but how is it being implemented effectively?
The occasion also provided opportunity for children to have fun with various cultural displays. Yusuf Akogu, Trust Television News, Abuja.